All right, welcome back to another week. So let's go through what the market is doing right now. Like I said on previous videos, I think that the overall market is getting a bit extended. I would love to see just at least some sideways here to really kill all the bad setups, and so I can see which stocks hold up and I can maybe jump in on those. But you can also have something like this. It's like a last burst after a setup and then into a longer consolidation. But I still think there are good opportunities around for maybe shorter term swings. But then again, when you look at the small cap, it's sort of breaking out of here, but I've been trading all of these days, of course, and it's been so choppy. It's gapping up and everything's selling off the whole day and then coming back and gapping up. And this day again, another looks like a confirmed breakout when everything ran on volume this morning, and then it just tanked the whole day. So it's a bit tricky. And again, the combination of breaking out of this range combined with Nasdaq being extended. So the question is Nasdaq gonna go sideways and all the money is gonna pour into the small cap? Maybe that's the case. But it doesn't really matter. As long as we are in a bullish trend, I should be looking for setups. And with that said, let's see here. Yeah, I've done some thinking this week. I did good a few days, and then some days I overtraded, and I really want to take a look at all the things I've touched and be honest with myself if I would have taken them again, or if it was just me having FOMO and thinking that I need to buy everything. And something I came to think of is that I do love, let's see, maybe here. So this was before I was trading. Let's see, maybe this one is better. Yeah, here. So this was in February, early February. I started trading again in 28th, I think, here. On this day, I started looking at the market again. But I saw all these good setups, and you can see how it had like 2 tight weeks here. Then it created this range, and then it broke out, and now it's up. Well, it was up almost 20R. Same with this one, pretty much the same setup here. Was up 25R. Still going quite strong actually. Is there anything else? Then we have the CRBP, which triggered later, but similar setup. Oh wait, no, I was trading here. Okay, I must have started. Maybe I started on this day, Tuesday. Yeah. Anyhow, so this week I've been trading setups that could work on like the true leaders at this stage of the market, like something like this here. This because this one had its breakout here on any of these 2 days. This day right here or this day right here. But now it's a bit of a chaser's entry you have to look for, and it traded a lot pre-market, and this one could make maybe who knows, a few stairs. I'm just drawing in the sand now. You don't know, but so, and sometimes they're not going to give you the perfect setup. So now in hindsight, I'm thinking that since this is the leader, aggressive entries are fine. Like this range here on the second time it came off the 9 EMA, you could have bought this 1 hour trigger here with a 4% risk and join the trend. But I've been taking these kind of setups on the lagging stocks like AI. This day right here, it was a similar setup. Earnings breakout out of this range. Took many stops here, and then it came down and created this range, and I took it on this day right here, but it came back with many other things because it was on this day right here, I think, here, or any of these days. But yeah, I'm gonna get to it again, like again, new thinking of when and how I should take a certain setup. Oh my god, and BTC going to 70k. So yeah, let's go through the trades of the week, and then I want to go through all the trades from this last 3 weeks I've been trading, and really be honest with myself, looking at the, and again hindsight, but looking at the market, were the trades okay to take, or was it me just wanting to press buttons? Like, even if it was a decent setup, was it the right time to buy it? That's what I want to go through today. But first of all, the trades of the week. Oh wait, this is not something I traded. IoT. Yeah. So this one I should not have touched. Earnings EP all-time high, but wait, was this one that came down? Oh yeah, I gotta check the small charts. Yeah. I watched it the whole day, and I thought it looked good, had some nice volume. Came out of this range. It's a little bit slow, but I was thinking that it's all-time high now, so maybe it's gonna do something crazy, so I want it in. But it had this dump in the morning, and then it came back and chopped around, and it created this range, and I saw this volume, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna go, and I had an alarm here waiting for it to break this range. But then I was like, I don't know if I was going to work or if I was busy, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. And I just bought it in here, risking the lows. And yeah, exactly. And then it stopped me out, so, and then it came back. So that actually never even triggered anything. I just felt FOMO and didn't want to wait. So that's a bad one. CLSK, I am still, and now we're going from Friday to Monday, not from Monday to Friday. My thinking here is that this is the leader of the, I think, the crypto stocks. It's the one that's holding up. You can see like Mara, for example, is one of the ones that are not holding up well, and there are a few more that also look like this. So CLSK has been the leader among these ones. And I wanted in, and I saw this range being created, because I missed this first entry here on one of these days, but it was earnings here, so this was probably the entry, and it's up 20R from this entry. But then I saw this range here, although I missed the first range break on this day here, which was on Thursday. So my entry here would have been the high of this 1 hour candle with the low of that 1 hour candle as a stop with a 5.5% risk. Would be up 3R right now. But I missed it, like I said, and then I saw it the next day. And it ran so hard in the morning with everything else. And it was the day where everything came back and stopped red on the day. But CLSK held up. So I waited on the intraday range. I didn't buy this 1 hour trigger, but I waited for the intraday to really show strength while everything else was dumping. So I bought here, risking this igniting candle, which is a bit of a race stop. But also, if this thing is gonna go, usually the first couple of days of the breakout, 1, 2, 3, should have higher lows, or it could have higher lows. So I'm thinking that this low might not be taken out if it's gonna keep on going, since it's closed very strong while the rest of the market closed red. So I think it's a decent setup. Then we have AI, yeah, 10-day bounce, and this is what I was talking about with the like SMCI versus something like this. And I've taken so many cuts. I've been so emotional on this one. I think the whole AI sector is not ready. That's the thing. I think we'll go next cycle. Because they're all just trying to go, but they get chopped around. So first of all, I bought it on this day here, but I got stopped up like 2 or 3 times, which was very bad. And then it created this range, and I thought, well, it has support from the range, it's on the 10-day, and it created this little, you can see here, this range right here, with higher lows. And I bought it here somewhere. I didn't wait for the 1 hour to close, I think. I just bought it, which also is not something I should be doing, because usually the 1 hour gives you a perfect entry without too wide of a risk. So this already told you that it's a FOMO entry and it's not gonna work, probably. And it didn't. So I got stopped out here. I think the idea was okay, but I think that looking at where we are in the market, the Nasdaq and extended, so I think that let's see, where was our AI? And the whole AI sector is getting slaughtered. I think SoundHound is the leader of the AI stock, so it's holding up quite nice. It had a similar setup. It actually undercut the 10-day but bounced. Yeah, it's actually almost the same here. The same setup. So this one would have worked, but I missed this one. I actually had my order in, but I didn't get filled. So I wanted to get on AI, but AI was weak together with like BBAI, GFAI, CXAI, CXAI, GSAI. Yeah, there's so many AI names that they all got slaughtered, but the only one holding up is SoundHound. So it's like the AI leader. I think it's gonna set up a very nice base here the coming week, maybe. We'll see about that. And so it's another cut, and then Carvana, man. This one is so annoying because I wanted to get in. Let's see here. Okay, so I wasn't trading here. 21. Yeah, I think I started trading on this. I saw it here. I think I bought it, but it got stopped out. Or I didn't dare to buy it because so many things stopped out and it didn't act right. But it actually never took out the lows of the day on any of these days. So it would have been a decent entry, but it was so wide, I think. That's why I didn't want to buy it. Then it created this range, so I'm like, oh nice, it's gonna break out from this little range here, but then it gapped up and got slaughtered. So I took a late entry because it ran so fast, and I got it on a dip because it looked super strong, but then at the very end of the day it just fell. So I got stopped out there as well. Let's see, yeah, CXAI. Oh yeah, this one I already have a position on another broker on this one from this area, but I wanted to add here, which wasn't really. I didn't wait. I should have waited. I redrew the line, but you can say it was something like this, and of course I want to wait for the close of the 1 hour before I buy, but I didn't do that. I just bought, and so this was something I could have easily avoided, and it came back down. Stop me out. And Vimy, I'm actually still in. I took a cut on it on this day here. Let's see. Yeah, here. I think I bought it here somewhere. 125. No, actually I got it at 121 because stopped out. But now the market has been a bit beaten down, but this one it's been wicking, but it's still riding the moving averages. Then I had this little, you can see on the 1 hour chart, a little breakout here on volume. So I got in at 110, I think, thinking that, yeah, if the market goes a bit more light, it can take off. So still in that one. Grom, this was so stupid in intraday trade, which I should not have taken. Yeah, I did not even look on the. I like to trade these if they look really good, but this one did not look good, so I don't know why I bought it. But obviously I must have bought it somewhere here. But it didn't have volume. No, the pattern wasn't nice. It was just me wanting to press a lot of buttons. So this was also really bad for me. Really, really bad. Because there's been a lot of short squeezes lately. But this one did not even look good. I've taken two, which I profited from quite good. But this one did not even look good at all. I was just stressed because so many things were moving at the same time. But at the end of the day, they all just came back. So I'll be stressed. Pure CH. This one is super bad because I took a 3 or 4 hour loss on this one. You can see that the weekly looks quite nice. almost like a cup and handle here, and had this. Of course, the entry should have been maybe somewhere in here, but I'm not sure how the daily looked like. I guess this day was the entry coming out of this bottoming range, but it was also not so clear, so not that good. Or of course you could have bought it on maybe on this day right here, but again a bit unclear. But then it gapped up, had good earnings the previous day, and then I don't know, gapped up, looked super good on the 1 hour chart. This is what I saw before market open, and I thought, well, it broke the range, so if I would have bought this one, it would have been, you know, in this maybe 3-4 area right here, high 3s to 4. But then I also know that price usually likes to come back and fill the previous candle close, which is this one. And I was watching so many things, and so many things were moving this day, so I just put an order here at like 378, risking the lows of the igniting candle, but I didn't put the hard stop right away. So, and while I was looking at other stuff, I got filled, and then this one just came down, and I don't know, did not take my stop, or I didn't add it in time, and then it was down 3R already. So I thought, I'll just wait for the 1 hour close and then I'll set the stop. But I didn't do that. And then at the very end, I put my stop under here. I said enough is enough, and I took like a 4R loss, which again, and then of course it rallied back at the end of the day. Doesn't really matter. I'm super happy I eventually actually took my stop, because this is the first one that I haven't really took my stop on, and of course it resulted in a much bigger loss. And looking at this one, it never actually triggered the opening range highs, so I'm a bit sad about that one. But again, it was because I was watching like 10 names at the same time. I didn't have time to put orders in everything, so since the 1 hour looked so good here, that's why I did it. It turned out to fail this time, so so another stop there. Let's see here, yeah, ADVM. Yeah, I looked at this one and saw that they had earnings this day. Didn't have a perfect range on the 20-day bounce, but it was something, and so I bought it. Let's see here. The only thing here is I don't like is that the previous week was a super wide range topping or doji topping tail red bar, so it might have looked decent on the daily when it sort of broke this range with earnings, with some news, I don't know, but then again it came back, stopped me out. And when I'm looking at the weekly, I'm thinking that, well, I don't think it was ready at all. I don't think it was ready, so could have avoided this one, but took my stop, so I'm super happy about that. Net, same here. It was this day when everything popped and came back. The entry was actually on this day for this one, on this candle right here, with a 2.7% risk, and I missed this morning spike here when it kept on going. So I added a buy order on this entry right here, which is where I would have bought it at the beginning. Got filled, but then it actually came back and stopped out that one as well, so it wasn't ready. And the weekly, yeah, this one was alright. I think it was good, creating higher lows, and this week could have easily been a continuation week. It's just that the market is extended and these ones haven't really moved, so they need more time. They're weak. AAOI, yeah. I wrote, let's see here, where did I write it? Okay, I think I removed it. Yeah, I wrote on this one. It's a bottom range breakout stock, like here or here for the move, because I think I remember watching this one here and wanting to buy a breakout here, but I was like, nah, it needs some more time. But then this one was absolutely insane. Of course, I would have been stopped out earlier, but it did a 600% move and then almost a 10x. Again, I would have been out somewhere here on this one. But I told myself it's a bottom range breakouts kind of stock, and it undercut all the moving averages, but it finally bounced into 200 with a nice wick, and then created these higher lows. And then I bought it right here on this day. Got stopped out. You have AFRM, which had a similar setup here. Bottom bounce. That so far is working. Maybe coming out of this very nice flag above all this resistance here. So this one could still be a very good watch. I actually have it on my interesting list. If it continues, creates some type of a gap up or something, could be nice. It looks really good on the weekly as well. But I'm sad I missed this one. So that's the idea of AAOI. It just wasn't ready. So the new range could be, here if it comes back. If it wants to come back, it could be in a few days maybe, or next week. No, actually, I think that this week it could come back. You just need a break above here. Oh, this one, man. I've taken... Actually, no, I have not taken so many cuts on it. I've taken, I think, 1 or 2 cuts. And when I'm looking at the weekly, could almost say... Or actually, it's only looking like this now because the week came down. If this week continued to like 200, or maybe not 200, let's say 160, the moving averages would have curled up and it would have looked good. But my idea on this one was that I've been watching it for so long, have never really found an entry. Gapped up from this entry right here. This was too short, so I was just waiting for this range. But then I saw these 2 tight candles here, and on the 1 hour chart you can sort of see this wedge here, and it came up here, so I bought it above, I think, but again eventually got stopped out. So it's just the market, it's extended, not many things are working. I could easily seen this one go absolutely explode. I mean, it's yeah, fresh EP breaking out, all-time high. Oh my god, it's still intact. It just has to create a new range of some sorts. STTK, this one as well I've taken so many cuts on, because I thought it looked so good, but it never actually did anything. Yeah, so this is what I see. It's absolutely destroyed from the highs here. Created this very nice little wedge here that it broke out of. Had a first nice flag here, which was a bit unclear. Could have maybe bought it this day, but it came back close red, so maybe this day after this little wedge here. But now it's been resting for all the way from January, and I think the first time I bought it was out of this range right here. Yeah, because I thought it was ready on this day. Let's see, on this week, yeah. Looked nice. Had 1 bounce and then it sort of just hovered under the moving averages, and then it broke above. So I bought it on the 1 hour chart on, where are we? Here, yeah. Yeah, this was the first time I bought it in this area, and then I got stopped out, and then I bought back somewhere, I don't really remember, but this final trade was on this day right here. I mean, you can just imagine I took the screenshot in afterwards, but you can just imagine this massive green bar out of this weekly range. It looked really good with these positive earnings a few days before, but then it just reversed on me like everything else this day. So it's just, again, tough market, much higher fail rates, and this is a setup I would have taken any day because it was good. It was really good, but it just didn't work. So this one I'm proud of. Soundhound, did I actually? Oh yeah, this is so stupid. So this was the 10-day bounce I was thinking of, but I think I bought it. I broke all my rules and I bought it the first time on this day, I think. Yeah. So usually if I wanna buy a first green day, I usually like to see some kind of ending pattern, which of course it could have been this day. Let's see here. Here, it could have been this day that it came back and reversed and came back around. But I usually like to wait for the 15-minute close above green red. This one wicked on like the 5 minutes, stayed there for a few minutes, and I just bought it, risking the lows of, no wait, I risked the lows of the candle, yeah. So again, didn't follow my rules. I guess the idea was okay, but I didn't execute as I would have wanted to. And then I didn't watch it. And then it came back on this setup right here, which is something that I do like to play. So that's just stupid. I was too aggressive, not executing as I wanted to, and then I forgot to watch it for the actual reversal day. Dave. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one. I think you need the intraday chart for this one. You can already see the weekly. Completely destroyed name. Came back, and then it had sort of an EP here, I think. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the 2-minute charts. Here. Okay, so what I saw is that the 5-minute opening range high triggered here. You have 2, 6. Yeah, so somewhere in here was the 5-minute opening range high. Let's go to 5-minute actually. Yeah, here. So I wanted to, but it was too wide at this point. So I waited for a dip, and I got it here, risking the lows of that day. But I sold it. I think I sold the same day for like 4 or 5 hour profits, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because all the cuts I took. But this was on Tuesday, and now it's up. It was up 12R. So this is something I'm gonna talk about later in this video, how I'm not letting the winners actually run, because I am trading the swing trading concept where I wanna take 20 entries and maybe 10-15 of them stop out, but those 5 remaining make back all the gains. But so far I have not let the winners give back the gains, but because I'm too scared because of all the cuts I take, and I just want to take some profits and I exit too soon. So that's one of them. FTMT. I don't think this one is ready on the weekly. Yeah, or it actually could have been, but right now it could keep on going, but it's did I take this one? Oh yeah, okay, so this is the range I saw. Bought it premature, risking the the lows of the day right there. So it's a bit of a, was it a chaser's entry? Oh, it wasn't this day. Oh, right there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it slightly took out the high, so you can imagine this being green here. peeking over, closing the hour above the range, and then it just came back. Might have been a bit early on the weekly, but then again, if this one ripped, then the moving averages would just curl up, so it would look nice. So this, I think, I maybe would have taken again. This just wasn't ready. Then I had another like fake out right here. So that's the theme for these last weeks. So many fake outs. So many fake outs. TRVI. Why did I buy this one? Yeah, this is a kind of a annoying stock where it, you know, it has inside days and it slightly peaks over, makes a new high, a new high, a new high. So, okay, yeah, no, I don't think this one is ready. It would be another thing if it was above here. But I think this one has to come back halfway to like the $2 area and then make another try, and then you can buy it the next time it's either from this low or if it's above here, if it comes back. So another stop right there. This one was a pure FOMO trade. Nothing I trade at all. I did not even follow any rules. I just let's see, we need to go on the intraday. All I saw this gap up on my pre-market scanner, and then I saw this very nice 1 hour range here. It was wide and loose, or actually it looked like this when I saw it the first time, so I thought it looks really good, but I had other things to watch, so I just put an alarm on here like this. And so again, this is not how I play these, but I just got my alarm and I switched over and I saw this. I'm like, fuck, it's gonna short squeeze. So I immediately went into my broker and just bought a not completely random share. I had an idea of my risk, but my risk was way too big. So I got in on this candle right here. But then I saw my size and I exited some right away. But then no, actually, I think it was... Again, this is not how I like to play these at all. But at least I got out for a not so big of a loss. Slightly more than 1 hour, I think. But it was just a FOMO trade. It wasn't really planned. So that's not so good. Oh, and this one. Can you see how amazing this one looks? It might not look... Well, it actually looks quite good on the weekly as well. Explosive move. Oh my god, it's such a big move. Makes a 200% move from the lows. Finds support on the 20. On the 20, then it surfs the 10-day. Creates a very nice tight range here. Look at that. Look at that. And on this day, I bought it at 420. And I'm like, holy shit, I got such a good entry. I need to, and I had a bit of a wider stop from the pre-market action. So I think I risked the low of this red candle right here, or actually no, the base. Then I thought to myself, wow, I have to add on like a dip here. But I didn't wait for the trigger. I just, next day I put an order here at 436, I think, to add and to raise my stop to the lows of the day, because my stop was down here. So I had such a nice ad, I wanted to get in more because of the setup, how look at the volume, it looks so good. And what happens next day, you can already see here, it fills my order somewhere here, and then it just tanks, and it skipped my stop loss. It jumped my stop loss, and because I don't have a market stop, I have a wide stop limit, so I put in a very wide range to stop out, but it passed it, so I didn't get filled, and I had to sell for a much... I think I was up 5R, and then I got out for 5R loss, so it's a 10R difference in the account. So that was super sad. I mean, it looked amazing. Super low volume here though, illiquid, but if you have a small account you can play these. Again, just not the right market. If this happened if this happened in this area, it would have ripped, absolutely ripped. But since we are up here, that's why they're not working. Cat X. It's funny, it's actually working, but I got stopped out. Where did I get stopped out? 2 minutes. Oh yeah, here. Bought it somewhere in here, I think, risking the lows, but then it stopped me out and went higher. Now it's working, but it was a bit of a wide risk, I think. Actually, it's quite nice. So one that worked but didn't work. I got stopped out. But then I realized also the real entry was down here on this day. Was the real entry. Okay. So all the trades of the week, and I kind of wanna go through the first week again. STTK, yeah, we already know this one. DNTH, let's see what it did. Yeah, so again, wrong market. It looks nice, has a nice move, up 120%, creates a super tight wedge. Right there, I think. Yeah. But then it just stopped me out. Again, just where you are in the market. We are extended, and this one was lagging the market, so that's why. But this one I would have taken again, although on the weekly I think it's yeah. Actually, who knows? If it was another market, another time in the market, and this one was one of the first movers, it could have just ripped through here. So it was a decent setup, I think. Actually, a really good setup, but it didn't work. SQ, this one, yeah, I removed it because it's too slow for me. But also it's just chopping around. Look at this chop fest. Ugh. So I'm actually not interested in this one. Again, it's too slow for me. I should not be trading it. GXA, yeah, this one, which I bought prematurely, and then I added here, but then I finally got stopped out on my. I didn't take my rate stop. I took my first stop, which was sad because it took me out. Well, I'm happy I'm out, but it took me out to the penny, and then it could maybe come back. Who knows? But again, the AI sector is not really moving yet, so. We'll see. It might need a few more weeks here. But this was a bad trade for me because it wasn't really a good plan. COGT. Yeah, just stay right here. Again, decent. A bit bad with the falling, moving averages. Also because this was a laggard. So if this was one of the first movers out of a big base in the Nasdaq, then yeah, this one would have been very nice because it would just have ripped higher. But since it was a lagging stock, it failed. Still good setup, but wrong timing in the market. So that's something I really gotta adapt from now on. A good setup in a, depending on where you are in the market. We are extended, so likelihood of this one working is not so good. ALXO, man. This is such topping action, you know? Look at this, how it's triggers in here, comes down, comes back up, comes down, and the first entry was here, but I wasn't trading here. But then again, it was so slow choppy. ALXO. Yeah, eventually failed. Triggered this day again, gap down, so typical topping pattern, or at least more sideways. It could create another range here the next weeks, but who the hell knows. So was it a good setup for me? No, because first of all, I did not take this one because I wasn't trading, but then I saw it on this day. I don't think I took it, or that I Mm. Anyhow, it was a chaser's entry, and I bought it here thinking it's gonna go higher. But already the price action before this should have given me the clear signs to stay away. And hindsight, yeah, it was the... You know, it was a decent idea. Although I bought it on this day, got stopped out. But it didn't work. Weekly, no, it's wide and loose. If anything, the entry should have been somewhere, yeah, here. But not so good. Tyra, yeah, same here again. If this was one of the leading stocks at the beginning of this market cycle, and you have this this massive base, first EP here was nice, 35%. Looked a bit ugly here though, but then it had this flag right here, which is a good flag. I mean, it's nice. If this was one of the first movers, it could easily have gone up to the $30 area. So it was a okay attempt. It's not the right market timing. Should not actually, yeah. SSNT. Same here. The first setup was here, which had a really nice run, 150%. And then, but I wasn't trading here. But this one, I mean, look at these early December, January setups. They are so good. I missed this whole run because I wasn't trading. I didn't have any cash to trade. But there are so many setups looking like this that made huge moves right off the triggers. But I bought it on this day right here. Here, I think. Yeah. It worked for a little bit. Was up, I think 4 or 5 R, but then it quickly came back. I think I took profits and raised my stop to break even. So it was yeah. Root. Okay. So, you know, I'll talk about the swing trading system, about how letting your winners run, because I've taken so many stop outs because of where we are in the market. We are extended, but since I've taken so many stops, I got scared, and I didn't want to let things run, especially when you have something like this one. It just comes back and you're up 5-6 R, then it comes back, you're like, oh fuck, I had 5 R and now I'm break even, and then I took 20 stop losses and I have to make some money. And then I buy this one at 12.04 is my entry, super tight stop, and it goes intraday and I sell for 2.5 R profit. Then I buy back at the same price, 12.04, with the same stop loss, and I sell it again for like 1.5 R gain. And I'm like, oh nice, almost 4 R. I'm super happy about that. But this was the mistake of not my life, obviously, but yeah. Here we go. Look at this. It's up. Right now, it was up 94 R from my entry. And I took it off at 4 R. I left 90 R on the table. And this gain would have, again, hindsight. Doesn't really matter. I'll find something else like this sometime. But it would have made my month. And all the cuts would have been obliterated. Like, I would not even have felt all the cuts if I kept this one. So, it's good to see. Beaten down stock, has a very long base, and then it has fake outs along the way, and slow time capitulation, and then a final price capitulation, and then it just gaps up, leaving everyone behind, and it just rips. I mean, look at that. So, man, it's fun to see. It's fun to see, and then you really start thinking. I think I wrote something here. Here, you take 10 cuts, feels bad, but then you have a 60R winner out of the blue with the swing trading system. And if you follow the swing trading system, you would have sold some profits, you know, here, and then you follow the stop with the. So you would still be in the trade. I'm really interested in seeing how this one is gonna end. If it's gonna have some mega gap down day, or if it's just gonna flag and keep on going. Because at this point I'm like, wow, it's is this just a pump job, or is it actually fundamentals driving this? I have no clue. But it's fun to see. And then CRBP. So these two names would have paid for all my mistakes if I did not sell them prematurely. CRBP is up 17R from my original entry. Bought it on this day here, and then I took profits, I think one of these 2 days, and erased my stop here. But during this day I saw here, let's see, on the 1 hour chart, everything was stopping me out, and I'm taking cuts left and right, and I'm bleeding, and I'm like, fuck, I'm still up, you know. Let's see, I was up, well, I mean, I was up 11R, and I'm not gonna let this go to waste. So I'll sell everything here, which was a decent idea, because I thought if this 1 hour trend goes, I put my stop under here, it could be over. And a few minutes later I get this candle, and so I sold, and then it goes down back to, I lose like 4R in a second, but I sold, so I'm super happy, feeling good. But then again, it was strong, it never closed under, and it's still climbing, and this one could go to the 5th area, and if it does that, then that's a 20R gain. So then you have root and CRBP together making like 110, 115. Of course, if you sell for profits, maybe a total of, you end up with like a 60, 70R trade. But still, gotta keep the winners. Take the profits, let them ride and do their thing. FDMT. Oh yeah, okay, so it was the first trade on it. GLBS. Oh, this one, let's see how it did. Wow, super slow. But now it's actually looking ready to perhaps bounce. Not sure if I want to play it though. Actually, it does look quite nice. Yeah, it does look quite nice. Yeah, right there, okay. Maybe actually. Maybe. Yeah, who knows? Okay.
Alright, so let's begin the week.
Whoa, okay, recordings. Close that one down. That was week 1, so let's go for the week 2. Odell, yeah, I don't know again why I bought this one. It's too slow for me, but I wanted to give it a try. And you can see when one of these big names make such a move, like this gap up is 35% on such a slow moving stock. I was thinking that maybe it's just gonna rip, but it feels quite obvious that it's just gonna wait sideways to digest this move it made. So I got stopped out, but I should not be trading these kind of things anyway. STTK, yeah, it was on that day. My first attempt. Oh, so I've taken so many cuts on this one. Weekly. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, on that week, alright. Sound down, my first attempt on the 4-hour chart. Oh yeah, right. I took a bit of a small intraday trade, I think on this day here. Or actually here. Yeah, here. It's a small trade. Bought it here, sold it here. Oh, this one. What did it do? PYN. Because I got stopped out. Oh, nice. Super good. So, in this case, I'm very happy that I took profits and raised my stop to break even. So this is good to see, because we're soon gonna see an example where I did this exact same thing, but it stopped me out and then reversed. But this one was a bit extended, so it's a completely different. All right. Yeah, this one. Fuck it. I took so many stops on this one. STK again. Was it banned? I think it was banned. Yeah, here. Took this one here. And took profits some of these days at the very highs. It was nice. And then I raised my stop to break even. And what did it do? It came back to the fucking penny. To the penny. Oh yeah, weekly. Let's go to the 2-minute charts. Here. This is where I sold. Right here. So I'm thinking that for next time, if I've taken profits and I have my original stop, put an alarm and wait for like the 5-minute or 15-minute close, and see what happens. So let's look at again DYM. This is good research. What happened the day it came back? Obviously I raised my stop to much greater here, and it's not the same setup because it's very extended. If this one wanted to go, it should have really exploded here. It should not have chopped around. But what did it do as it came back here? Guess my stop loss was in this area. So yeah, I mean, it's a semi-valid thing to do. Put an alarm and then quickly raise it on like the 5 or 15-minute close, just to have a chance if it does something like banned. I don't know what banned is gonna do, but also again, different trade. This is the first setup on an EP over a huge base and has room to go. DYN was a bit extended, so a bit different setup. But yeah, raising an alarm and then adding stop loss 5 minutes after it triggers is an idea to do. AI, STK banned. EXAI, yeah, EXAI just failed. I think I bought it. Yeah, somewhere in here, got stopped out. Was it a valid setup? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It was decent. Can really see what's going on here, right there. Because all the AI stocks were actually popping here, and you know, your AI had a gap up, Soundhound was rallying, and so I was thinking, okay, maybe it's time for this one to go, because this one can do crazy moves if they get going, but it's not the right time in the market for it, and it failed. So it was a decent trade, I think. Good risk reward. Net again, stopped out there. Tyra, did I look at this one? Yeah, I did. Okay. GLBS again. Vimy, the first time I took it, got stopped out, but now I have it again. It's looking a little bit better, but is it the right time? I don't know. Because you have this down sloping trend line, and usually you want to see like 1, 2, 3, and then a halfway move down, and then a consolidation above, and then you get in. So I don't know. At least if it's gonna give an attempt here, I'm gonna quickly race to break even and take profit. So hopefully it will be a free trade if it doesn't fail right away. So those are all the trades. And let's look at what I'm interested in this week. And also oh yeah, so I've been doing a few day trades. I didn't take a screenshot of this one, but I've seen this setup now. And so the other one I was watching, okay, I removed it, but I want to speak about this one because I saw 2 of these setups in a row. something that pumps pre-market. I put it on my scanner and then it just fades. But then late day, it kind of, it's under green red, tries to go lower, but it doesn't, and then you can sort of see the volume come in. Let's see here, where are we? Here, late day, yeah, right here. So I saw this, looked like a head and shoulders with this fake out, and in my experience, usually after a failed breakout like this, they usually, they tank, they don't come back. But then again, it creates this head and shoulders, and then you say, okay, well, it's gonna break here, but it doesn't break, and you can see like this little green accumulation. So I thought that, well, I just buy it here and risk this area. In hindsight, I bought the right size, but I mean, if this one was to tank down, then I would get so much slippage, and I would have to exit for like a 4 or 5 hour loss instead of 1 hour. So but luckily it never went red and went my way, and then I added in the 37s, so then I had a 34 average, I think, and I quickly raised my stop to break even with a market stop loss. And then I just I went to work here, actually. Yeah, I had to go to work, so I put an alarm on the 2-minute 9 EMA, and I just, as soon as it closed under, I put my stop here, and then I put my stop under this green igniting bar here, just because I didn't want to give anything back, and if this one dumps, it can go fast. Then I eventually got stopped out here, so I got a 4R trade out of it. And the other day it was something else that acted really similar, but it went to this area, so I thought it would do the same. So I had a sell order at 72 here, but it never went, so it might do it next day, who knows. But so these things is also something I like. If I see no swing trades, or if I'm just waiting, I really like to stalk these to the very end of the day, and I see this type of price action when it can't really go, because green red was this line. You can see that it went under, came up, went under, came up, went under, then it just never went lower. So a bit of a short squeeze, and you had AISP, but this one was absolutely perfect, I think, on this day. Yeah, look at this one, my god. So this is usually, if there's some volume in the chart and it looks nice on the 1 hour chart, I like to play them on the breakout. I don't predict like I did on the other one, because the other one, it looked too much like a short squeeze, so I don't wanna buy the breakout, because you can get such a bad risk reward. But this one, I actually never bought it, but I looked at it and I saw the trigger right there. And I was about to go buy it, but I'm like, nah, I'm a swing trader, I should not be looking at these charts. And then then it does a 53R overnight. Again, I would have been out, let's see, here I would have been out, or here, so it would have been like a 12-16R trade. But that really got me thinking that we are extended in the market and many swings are failing, so I should not get into swing trades unless they are absolutely perfect, but I can still watch these intraday breakouts, because when they come you can get such a good risk reward. So that's my thinking for next week. Look at these setups. Let's actually look at them on the weekly here. Yeah, so this one looks really nice. It needs a few more days, maybe. Yeah, 1 or 2 more days, and this one would be very nice, I think. And now it has weekly backing with room to grow. So this is it could be a really good one, but it depends on where we are in the market. Are things gonna work out? But these are the types of trades I wanna get into now, where we have a nice weekly base, a nice tight weekly candle. So this one, I don't know, could go, but I don't think so. I think it's a bit of a chaser's entry, but I will probably try it if it stays here for maybe 3 days. It could be something. But if it goes like on Monday, I'm not gonna touch it. It's too soon, and it's probably a fake out. This one I'm just watching. It's not really. It almost looks like a bear flag. And usually these. Hello, why is it lagging? Usually these one trigger to the upside, but then they fall over. So depending on what type of, it has earnings here as well. So depending on the price action, the volume, I might buy it, but I'm just watching it for now. CLDX, yeah. So this one I'm watching because it's coming out of this massive base, and I really like to buy the first leg out of a base. That's the best risk reward. Again, the entry was here on this day, but maybe there's going to be some continuation here. But again, it has to. It would be nice with one more week, inside week, but it could also go late this week. This one I missed, but still looking at it. OSHA, yeah, I'm thinking that maybe it's gonna have a third leg. I don't know why I didn't buy this. I didn't trust it. I did not trust it. I just looked at this period over here. But you can also see the different character. You can see the whippiness of it. And then you look at this one. Is it whippy? No, it's super tight and nice. Look at that. The tightness of this one. But again, it's because I assume it's such a problem every week. One week I tell myself, oh, I'm gonna zoom out and I'm gonna stay there. But now I realize that I need to check all my 200 stocks on the daily, weekly, and 1 hourly, and then I choose the stocks to trade for the week, and then I need to have the 2-minute chart up for the intraday trades and for the price action. So this one, for example, where are we here? Oh yeah, I got spooked from this one as well, the pre-market action. But the 5-minute opening range high would have been super nice here. 5%, and it topped out at 200 and almost 40%. Goddamn. So I can't ignore these, and these ones usually show up at the end of a run. You know, these super massive moves, and you can really grow your account on this one. So I'm thinking that is it gonna give a third try, but it needs, 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 days, and it could be valid. Weekly. Don't really like this one. Do not really like this one. Might have a small weak new high, so it's still a good move. It's like a 40% move, so I'm just gonna watch it. If the 1 hour looks super nice, I might try it. ACMR needs more time. What's ADR? 7. Yeah, I don't know. It is sort of the first. You have this EP move right here, which I did not buy, but then you have the first flag after the EP, so could be nice. Could be nice. Yeah, something similar to this one, maybe. Although this was the 2020 market, so I should not expect this thing. But the first... My god, stop lagging so much. Yeah, you get the point. The first flag out of a base. So still watching this on, but it's not ready yet. Needs 1 or 2 more days. Koch. Yeah, pure pump, I feel like. So this one is a bit dangerous, but if it sets up really nice, who knows? Maybe it could do something crazy. Maybe it can do something crazy. Missed the first entry here. Now it's the first leg above this massive base, so it has room up to the 5 to the 7 area. But it needs tightness. It needs 3 days here. Would be nice. Band, yeah, I'm still looking at it since I stopped out. It still has potential to go to the 25 area. So maybe a 20-30% move could be nice. And AISP, yeah, this one, I missed the first entry here, like I talked about, the perfect 1 hour flag. But I'm thinking that it's gonna set up here. It needs 1, 2, 3, at least 3 days. At least, or 2, yeah, maybe even trigger on the 3rd day. But I think 3 days and then trigger on the 4th would be nice. And oh yeah, this one trade that I took. Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that this is the line in the sand, and now we've had this huge double bottom, try to go, and then he had this double bottom with a fake out, lower, pump, came back, higher lows, created a bit of a range here. I took it on the second range, on this break, right here. So, question is this too late of an entry? Who knows? But the volume came in today. And I'm thinking that if this one is gonna go, it's gonna respect the 1 hour EMA. So I have quite a tight stop on this one. But alright. I think I've gone through everything and it's quite a lot. So good update for this week, and see ya next week.